All right.
All right.
Hello, people.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome, minions. Okay.
Did you see? We're not playing Cult of the Lamb anymore.
Aww.
Welcome, crewmates. As game mates would say. It's time for another episode.
Wonder if we should make a poll and figure out how many times we could refrain from using bear-related puns today.
Impossible. Can't even. I don't think I could bear that. There, I broke it in.
I know.
Yeah.
Bear and eater. It's like the bare necessities of bare naked ladies or something like that. I don't know.
I spent some time off stream catching up on certain boring things that would have just been me meandering about for like 2 or 3 streams. I'm more caught up now.
That's what I've been doing with Disco Elysium. I'm saying this game is a lot longer than I thought. Ugh.
I have expanded some of these areas, including adding in the long bathroom.
The long bathroom.
Long bathroom.
The tech.
Because that gives it more coverage.
Of course.
I am here for the long bathroom. I will use it. I will use it for a short time.
Min-maxing in video games. It's how we get the long bathroom. It's how we get let me solo her.
What do you call a guy that likes the min-max everything? A munchkin? I think that's what they call it. I think that's what they call them. Let's see.
Wait, I just noticed that. There is a Typhlosion form. What is this?
Surprise.
It's
Oh.
Chendi!
Nice.
He big.
What the?
Hang on, I gotta go to the window and get a look. Oh my lord, look at that.
Huh.
Let me pop that out so I can appreciate it properly.
I'm first thing that came to my mind, that is not Rick.
So this was Stoker was doing this character, right?
I know, it's
Or
actually...
Jonas?
Jonas.
Oh, no, that's right. Yeah. Have you had any luck?
Yes, I did.
Oh, yes, excellent. Even a small taste hits the spot wonderfully. I appreciate you taking time out of your day for me, Hank. I understand why you enjoy helping others. It feels good to do so. As long as it doesn't come at the cost of your own suffering. Good advice. You cannot give others what you don't have. I enjoy keeping the flame alive in the face of freezing cold. But sometimes, I wish I could share the warmth as well. Spread it around. If it would be of any use to you, of course.
Jax offered Hank his upkeep service, make sure the fire never went out. For that purpose, he would be using his tried and tested steam machine. Wherever the cold reached, Jax would be there to keep the guests snug as a bug in a rug. Oh yeah, that would be amazing.
Fantastic. I'll need a spot in your resorts to set up my apparatus. I think a little bit of fire will go a long way.
Ray just says in all caps, Chendi can smile?
Blueprint for Jax's panel. In a utility room. Turn on Jax's services. Jax automatically fill up any heaters you indicate with fuel, leaving them topped off and functional. Jax will charge a fixed cost per heater per day, with heaters costing more. Run out of coins, the service will stop automatically. Feeding staff. Going around collecting wood because I always find wood.
Oh, I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Boop.
Mindfall to talk to Ipswich. Side quest.
See, I'm very surprised, Rick, that for Chindy you didn't make the boob point instead of being the nose, just the pecs.
Hip switch.
You certainly took your time, but I guess you've made that aspect of your life clear. Are you ready?
I think so.
I used to roam these lands, just like you. In search of nothing at all, but the wind to keep me company. Long before the true nature of existence was revealed to me by the Ancient Ones. But that doesn't mean our painfully worthless lives also have to be so insipid. I will grant you the great honor of being able to give me money more easily by setting up my old travel card here.
Convenient.
Oh, don't condescend me, child. For your effort, I will also grant you access to my rarest goods.
Thank you, bird sir.
One day, you will wake up to our predetermined collective future. Until then, happy shopping, child. So be it. Now with all the truings fit for the gods.
Oh, he sells silk.
So silk and mahogany.
Mahogany. Mahogany's not that difficult. Can be tedious. It only spawns in, I think, a couple.
In the dump.
In the dump drop mahogany.
Races make the head pat rub on the pecs. That would look a little weird, I think.
And you'd have to choose angle.
So sorry, only in your dreams. And what a dream he is.
Big plates. 2020s.
Who needs hallways? Just
Always
go
for
outside.
chumps. Yeah.
What?
Just block it away to view.
You know, I have seen one or two old houses where, like, there aren't connective hallways to all the rooms. Like, there's some rooms where you can only access them from the outside. It's weird.
Front door just goes directly into the bedroom. Actually, right to the side.
Nice.
That's not confusing. That's...
Do they have mud rooms where you all live? Like sort of like they're like side kind of entrances where there's like a little nook where you can put your gross nasty boots and stuff like that.
Yeah, on some of the houses. It's not
Okay.
too common a thing, but definitely on the more affluent
Okay.
houses, that's a thing.
I'm just curious.
Kind of weird that I can't build it.
Yes, so you're talking, think of a video hotel or video game dungeon. Yes.
Ray says my grandparents' house had a mudroom, laundry room sort of thing. Yep, the house I grew up in had the same thing.
Nice.
Where it was, you came in from the garage, and the first room you went in was like 8 square feet. And there's enough room to put the washer and dryer and just enough space to sidle by them.
Yeah.
And that was technically our mudroom.
The one Stoker I lived in, which was like 100+ years old, had one of those, but the owner wasn't using it quite like that. It was more like his like tool room basically. But I think old architecture is neat. Rick is indeed high flows and
Ray says when you first started talking about mudrooms, I thought you meant like a jacuzzi, but like with mud, like a mud bath
natural.
sort of thing.
Oh yeah. Give me the treatment. Get like the cucumbers on my eyes and the big the facial scrub and the exfoliate. Yeah, Tempo. Rick has a bunch of sexy Pokemons.
Yes, Rick. Or yes, Boxer. Rick did the avatar by himself. That was the point of it, is that I would be able to make this thing, and then Rick would be able to add new avatars however and whenever he wanted. That was part of the design. That's intended. And it's not making me phased out or something. Look, man, I'm busy. I got other shit to work on. I can't be working on a VR avatar every day for the next fucking 4 years or something.
Miller wants to empower us so that we can help ourselves.
Exactly. Get out. Here's all the tools you need. Now get out of my hair.
I actually, at some point, Miller, I want to talk to you about like developing. Well, not really developing, just taking this and like making my own thingy.
I mean, absolutely. It should be generic enough.
Yeah.
We're pushing Miller out of development into the fryer.
Into the fryer.
Right?
We're frying. You can't fry falcons. Oh well, you can. You can fry falcons. It's fine.
I'm gonna peck your liver out.
That's rude. Look,
it's gonna keep regrowing, and I'm gonna peck it again, and then it's gonna regrow, and I'm gonna peck it again.
I was about to make the Prometheus joke, but he beat me to it.
Ninja Fox says, I thought your name seemed familiar. I came across your comic back in 2013, back in Job Corps, and I still read it from time to time. Still love the comic.
Thank you.
Dog will never die.
Miller, have you written down everything you taught Rick as a guide with pictures, documentation? I have not made a documentation guide for this thing. Yeah, Boxa, I would assume most people have not tried fried falcon. I don't think it's a thing you can find, even uncommonly. I think it's just a thing you cannot find.
I mean,
dude.
Go ahead.
I mean, we're a country that eats like rattlesnake and like, you know, jackrabbit and shit like that, and raccoons. There's a recipe. What?
Yeah, Ray, I am a falcon. I'm a peregrine falcon. The fastest creature on Earth.
You didn't know
because they go over 200 miles an hour.
If you're really curious, just play Star Fox and shoot Falco down. There.
Hey, I'm on your side, wise guy. Or Einstein. I forget which one it is. Does he say Einstein?
He says Einstein. It's Einstein, yeah.
Okay.
Infamously, he's Einstein.
Yeah, which completely breaks the idea that this is a separate universe.
Albert Einstein is canon in Star Fox.
What is that?
No, but before you know it, there's actually some canine character of the same species as like Fox and Crystal, who's actually called Alberto Einstein, who invented like light speed drives or something.
I picture Einstein in that universe being a dog, but I can't picture which one.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be one of those ones with like the long face, like a bug or something, or
or bourgeois.
Yeah, or like Sharpay. He'd be like a Sharpay with like poof. Oh no, maybe like a Chowder. I don't know. This isn't something I anticipated.
He'd be a Samoyed, and everyone would think they're like, "Oh, you're like a really big dude," and he's like, "No, I'm actually just like 100 pounds. It's all fluff."
It's all fluff. I saw this great video. It was just like this like slideshow of dogs before and after being like washed in the sink, and like, you know, they're all poofy and happy at the start. And then at the end, they're just like they look like drowned rats, and they're like, "Why'd you do this to me?"
Never go look up what a wet koala looks like. They look terrifying.
Oh my gosh! See, you can't say never look that up, because that means instantly I'm going to look it up.
I mean, of course, it's not. It's not. Like mind-altering, horrifying, but it is very freaky looking.
This is like when people are like, "Jonas, don't ever Google face melty-offyitis," and I'm like, "Okay, here I go."
I had one of those come up the other day where it was it starts with an M. It's like a Mendel something effect, and it's where like if you look at a lines of like green and black and green and black and green and black, and you look at that for like 15 seconds, you will not be able to distinguish colors anymore, and that effect can last for months.
Well, I don't know about that, but I mean, I mean, the visual cortex can get worn out. That's definitely a thing. Even your retina can get worn out. But I don't know about months. That you might have to. I might need citation on that.
Let me find it.
Now I'm really.
It was the Thomas Scott video
It's
because
not,
YouTube's been recommending me a lot of those recently.
throwing in it says the Mandela effect. It's not the Mandela effect. That's something else. Or is it?
Or is it?
There are very few wet animals that look sexy when they're wet. No, I mean, except for humans. Humans kind of pull that off. Sometimes. It depends. But, I'm biased.
Macaulay. It's the Macaulay effect.
Macaulay? Hold on.
MCCOLLOUGH. Again, this is a thing where it's like, hey, if you work in images, don't do this because it will fuck with your ability to perceive colors, apparently.
All right.
So I genuinely caution you, Jonas.
No, I'm not going to do it. I'm just... As reported last...
You need...
What? Huh. That's weird. Yeah, I probably shouldn't do that because I need my color perception permissions.
Mm-hmm.
But wow, human brains are squishy.
All right, chat. Now, if Jonas all of a sudden starts making his art way more red or way more green than he used to, like last week, I'm sorry.
Wait, what do you mean last week? What did I do last week?
I don't know. What did you do last week? You did
I
the
don't
Google
know.
picture.
It's already happening. Okay. Ooh, bathtub.
Ray says, I'm pretty sure La Chupacabra was just mangy bears. Yeah, or probably coyotes, really.
That's the Mexican goat sucker.
Yes.
They did a weird X-Files episode on that. Where it turned out to be like... It turned out to be some kind of like virus that made people look sort of bulgy-headed and creepy.
Ray says, were there any not weird X-Files?
I mean, there were ones that were weirder than, that compared to speaking, were weirder than others, and there were some that were just like silly. Now that I've said that, I can't cite any specific examples, but I definitely remember that being the case.
Are you gonna just do that yourself, Rick, or are you gonna get Jax to do it?
Get Jax to do it eventually. Place is profitable.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of regret giving Jax kind of a goofy voice, because he doesn't really seem... I mean, appearance-wise, he seems kind of jovial and benign, but like he's actually said some profound things. I probably should have given him a more profound voice.
Mm-hmm.
But it's too late now. It's too late, Miller.
Too late. Turn back now. I believe.
Oh, it's nothing, Boxer. Miller was just trying to like trap me in this like hypnotic green striped death spiral of illusions. He's like the Riddler or something.
There was a video I saw about a visual effect that can make you perceive colors differently, and it can keep that effect going for months at a time, despite only looking at like this particular image for like a couple minutes.
Just a testament to like the weird neuroplasticity of our species.
Mm-hmm.
I remember hearing this one radio lab where they talked about this sort of like mirror therapy thing they used to help this guy with a phantom limb. Like they showed him a reflection of his hand as part of the therapy, and apparently that helped.
All the special rooms are here.
Special room for
Which
special
we have
occasions.
a lot.
Oh, the arcade?
An arcade?
Thing that
Do you have a stand for it?
stand.
We see red and green paint against magnifies the Macaulay Culkin effect. Oh. Okay. There's a knee slapper. Sorry, Boxer, only 90 kids know.
Minimum 5 by 5.
There should be more woodland lodges, like remote woodland lodges with arcades in the basement. I think that would be bitchin'.
There's one arcade here that I need to go try.
There's one in downtown.
Called Cidercade.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. Is that like they serve booze? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. There's one.
Basically, all
over-
arcades now serve.
Really? Okay, makes sense.
Well, it's because kids don't go to arcades anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids
all
play
old
Fortnite.
people.
They don't. Yeah, the people who want to
Yeah.
play arcade games are the ones who played arcade games in the 80s when they were kids.
Yeah. You know, there's one over here that serves like beer and pizza, and I haven't been there in 3 years, and I feel so bad. I hope they're doing okay. I love that place. They have like the four-player Pac-Man, and some of there's one little nook with like the old school games, like Galaga and shit like that.
Mm-hmm. See, I went to one barcade a couple weeks ago with a friend, but the problem is it was very much just like a small nightclub that had arcade machines in it. Like, nobody was playing any of the games.
Yeah.
It was not... The only theming it had was that it was like the yellow vodka drink they had is called the Pikachu. The red whatever drink they had was called the Charmander, so on and so forth.
Love it. Who is this character?
That
That was
was me. I was doing the old lady voice. Were you able to build a museum, dear?
Yes, I did.
Brilliant! Now the last step is fairly easy. Take your special artifact and place it in a display. Carefully, of course. You want to preserve all the secretness.
I already did that.
Everything's set.
Yeah.
Wonderful! Before long, you'll get your own big blue house to settle down here. Like I said, dear, there are mysteries all around this valley. You might find the most peculiar items in the most unexpected places. So keep looking until you filled up that museum. Dark secrets always enjoy the company. Hank, there's one more important renovation we must do for everything to be complete. But it will require a lot of effort on both our parts. Now that Pinefall is back up and running at full strength, I will need you to make sure the customers keep coming, so that we can raise 50,000 coins in an investment. Yes, Hank, investment for the future.
$50,000 coins for. I currently only have 3,000.
Yeah, 50,000 is a lot.
Gonna take a while to furnish all these rooms.
Gotta get more trash.
Yep.
But I need your opinion, chat. Which is better? lodges with roofs and such, or roughing it with tents? Vote now on your phones.
If I'm gonna rough it, I do not. I want a camper at the very least.
That's fair.
When we
I have slept in tents. I have slept in campers. I do not like tents. No matter how secure and snug they seem to be, mosquitoes always get in. And if the mosquitoes are going to get in, I'd at least want to be clean enough to just pile blankets on top of myself.
Oh, you would have loved Mexico. Mosquitoes there are like, they're like dragonflies. But anyway,
The dragonflies are good.
well, I mean, they're the size. They're big. They're yeah.
The dragonflies there ought to be bigger.
Yeah. I mean, I'm exaggerating slightly, but you get the idea. You know. They have little razor fangs.
Ray says, as a Boy Scout, I hate camping and never want to be in a tent again.
Oh, Ray, were you a Boy Scout?
I was a Boy Scout too.
I was in Cub
For
Scouts.
3
I never
months.
got to Boy Scouts.
I was in Boy Scouts for 3 months, and I was like, "Fuck this."
Yeah, I couldn't have. I wouldn't have been able to hack it.
I was in Cub Scout for like 3 years or something.
Nice.
And I did not advance very far because you apparently have to, you know, be some kind of a self-starter or something. Like, that they don't actually give you, like, the activities to do in order to actually get your badges. You have to just go out and do them somehow. It requires, you know, talking to people and organizing that, and it's like I would much rather, if I'm going to be doing these activities, just tell me what to do.
I says I went the distance, gave me so many trust issues. Yeah.
I assume that with Boy Scouts, you have to do all the activities like in front of the Scoutmaster and the badge. Like he has to be able to see you, but burning the fire or whatever, or making the rope. Or, I don't know.
I mean, it
What are
depends.
What are the badges anyway? Let's see. This is one thing I've just never thought about. Let's see. American business, American labor. What the hell? These are a lot more diverse than I expected. I probably should look up the badges from back in the day.
Ty says, but Rick, you've made a comic. You're like the most self-starter I've ever met. Yeah, but the problem is having to actually, you know, navigate this sort of stuff with an adult instead of, you know, just doing it by myself.
Fly fishing, forestry. That's what I expected. Fingerprinting, genealogy, gardening, game design.
Yeah, my parents were much more insistent on like scouts and going to church and all this kind of stuff when I was younger. But I think around the time I was 10 years old, they both realized, wait, we were only doing that to please our parents. Wait, we don't actually want to go to church. Hey kids, do you want to go to church? And me and my sister were both like, no. And they're like, all right, cool.
Small buffet, so we can have her at least provide a minimum amount of food to begin with.
I think the only time I've ever attended a church in the last decade is a couple Easters, and then usually I go on Christmas Eve.
After my bar mitzvah, I was pretty much done with synagogue, aside from like special occasions, like my brother's bar mitzvah and high holidays. But that was partly because we moved to LA right after my bar mitzvah, and I despised the new rabbi.
Yeah, if you don't have a good religious leader, it's not much point for the religion.
Yeah. He took my awesome bar mitzvah speech and edited it for like time and content, and I just that like forever cemented him as like a jackass in my mind.
Yeah, it sucks.
I'm over it, but I mean, yeah, and like he also kind of made it into like his sermons weren't really sermons. He was kind of like a show for him, and I didn't like that either. But you know, whatever.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, maybe because I got the chance to like walk away from it when I wanted to. I don't like resent the church or anything. I just like, I have the understanding that there are bad people in the church, but the church itself is not a bad thing for everybody.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That's different for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand from the tidbits you said here and there that your church is a lot more aggressive with being moralistic and controlling.
Yeah, I was lucky.
I also have a long bathroom up here. So.
Nice.
Long bathroom.
To go around this corner right here. This support pillar.
Long bathrooms are where it's at. You know, if the journey, it's the destination, it's the journey. If it takes you longer to get there, then it's more satisfying when you can do your biz.
See, the thing is to not have two, like, basically what amounts to just an outhouse, where it's an extremely narrow little closet that has a toilet in it. You just have two of those on the same floor, but then you connect them with the hallway, and then it's all great.
Yeah, it's all good.
DJ Nightfire says, "Hey, how it's going? What the heck is the hot guy on screen, and can I date him?" That is Chindy. It's one of Rick's old characters.
Yeah.
They are a Typhlosion.
Chindy never skips leg day or anything else day.
Yeah, you wouldn't imagine the kind of gym he's got in that Pokeball.
Is it like Snoopy's house or the TARDIS where it's like a tiny little world? Is that how it works?
I'm trying to remember. I think there was an episode of the anime where they went inside a Pokeball, and it was basically like Imagination World. The Pokemon could just think of whatever they wanted, and it would appear for them.
All right, so yeah, it's canon. He's just got like a hella gym in there.
Yo, you want to come to my gym? We're gonna pump it up. We're gonna pump iron. Yeah.
Oh, Chindy old. Well, at this point, he's exactly the age that he was when I made him. I made him to be 21 years old. He's like 22 years old now.
Nice.
You're saying as a concept he's existed for 21 years? Oh god, when your OCs are actually old enough to drink. Oh god. Frank says, OMG, he's a baby?
Level 2 lounge.
Let's see, my first design job was in 1994, so that 95, so that puts him
17 years.
Pickle
No.
bar.
17,
27.
28. Or no, you're right, 27.
So Jonas, the character, is older than I am actually.
Oh no. I've barely changed the design too, other than making him more gray. I should probably come up with something else.
I mean, the problem is you're so identifiable with that character now.
I know, everyone says that, and it makes me not want to change it. I might lose my powers.
Alright, I'm back. Who stole Jonas's powers?
It was Lex Luthor.
Oh. Oh, that's sad. We now live with a new Jonas in life.
I know. It's okay.
Okay, so the guests here don't actually have food preferences. But the food is part of their...
Yeah, so you need a total amount of the food that they can eat. So, like, if you have a French onion dip that's 6 and you have a popcorn that's 2, then that means they have a food score of 8 for their room. And that applies only to the cafeterias that are in the same building as their bedroom.
Does?
Yes. Not the kitchen. You can have one kitchen for the entire property, but cafeterias need to be per building.
Okay, so that's new. Know that. Did that it was like all the room here.
Well, you can, because again, the food amount from the cafeteria only applies to the bedrooms. So, if you have a building where you have no bedrooms, you don't need a cafeteria there.
Okay. It'd leave some space right here.
Morgan's Tales has popped open Twitch to go watch something on another channel and saw what was absolutely Rick Griffin art, said, no way, and jumped in. Wow, I didn't know you streamed. Happy I saw you on so I can follow.
Hi.
Thank you, Morgan Stylis. Hello, welcome. This is the Rickless Griffin stream with
That's
your
right.
host, Rickless Griffin. Give it up! Check it out this Saturday when Rick Griffin will be on Larry King Live.
Hmm.
That'd be an interesting interview.
So you make the fuzzy guys and you make them real strong but with big hips and you make them sexy?
Okay. This. Booty.
Hey, it's Kyle.
Kyle says you just need progressively larger characters until you have everyone's attention. Also, hi, Kyle.
Yes, hi, Kyle.
I think I said at one point that we do an April Fool's stream where it's just like the character fills the entire screen and we just talk about like all the things happening on screen that are really interesting.
See, because you're saying it out loud, that means we can't do that.
Sure we can. April's a long time from now. No one will remember.
Okay, so now the food is plus 20. Okay, that's showing up. Eat.
Great Kitsune accurate scale VTuber. Which is the whole screen is just one toe.
No. A big paw, and you can see like Carrie's tail sticking out.
Okay, that means I need to actually fit a dining room cabin here.
Yeah, so basically you are going to have a building with amenities. Usually how this breaks down for me, at least, is you have a building with amenities, and then you have a building where people actually sleep. And people, where they sleep, you need food, water, and heating.
Yeah.
But those three things, food, water, heating, don't need to go with the amenities. The amenities can be on their own. You can have an arcade that's freezing, and everyone will have a great time. You can have a movie theater that has no bathrooms in the entire building, and people will love it.
Well, I need to get rid of the bedroom. So, may as well get rid of this one.
You make a bar in this game?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, it's called Distillery, and I think they say they sell, like, soda or something.
Yeah. That'll
Or
be
it's like they're like, it serves fermented juice. It's like, uh-huh,
juice.
yeah, fermented juice.
Hops juice.
Yeah. Look, we make it's like a bread soup, right? Because it's got like yeast, and then we take the hops juice and we put all that together, and then we, you brew it for a bit,
Nice.
and then it's hops juice. A bunny's favorite drink.
Thanks, Simon.
Same logic as Sims vampires drinking plasma. Oh, can they not drink blood because of, like, Chinese censors or something?
Seriously?
I think so.
Probably.
There's a lot of rules about what you can and can't do with supernatural stuff in Chinese media.
Yeah.
You can't have undead. You can't have...
You can't have time
blood.
travel. I remember
Well, you can you can have the undead, but you cannot imply that the undead is in any way like a real person or came from a real.
Yeah, I've been
Right.
looking at that
Yeah,
too.
you can't have a reanimated human.
Because there was an odd. I didn't get into this topic on Hearthstone, but they did that with the
Oh,
Chinese
Kyle
version.
says it's American censors. Blood and alcohol gets you M rating. I see.
Oh.
He says also no skulls. Yeah, there's a lot of rules about how far you can depict human remains, because basically like no corpses. So
Yeah.
zombies are usually right out. I suppose you could like disguise a zombie, but they're not going to be very corpsey.
Only philosophical zombies are allowed.
Yeah, I think it's like the Skyrim Draugr are fine because it's like they're monsters that don't necessarily seem like corpses unless you look. I don't know. There's some stuff like that. It's very funny seeing all the changes they have to make for like League of Legends and Dota 2.
Yeah.
When they're
Right.
just like, you have a character named Skeleton King, and they're just like, well, we can't have skeletons, and they're like, fuck, what do we do?
He's just really bony. He's kind of skinny and pale.
They
Not giving us
for
sunlight.
Skeleton King especially, they actually completely redesigned the character. He's now Wraith King.
That's
You know,
pretty much what they do. They go Wraith.
I remember this period in the 90s, like mid 90s, where they couldn't show punching. So the way they get around it is have like the entire lead-in, the fist closing in on the face, and then like a flash of white on the screen, and then the moment right after where the character like recoils into the wall. But I mean, it's ridiculous. Like I remember seeing that on Gargoyles, Batman, and I think Beast Wars or Beasties, if you like.
Never gonna get over it. I don't know if I heard of anything about Beast Wars in China though.
I don't even know it ever made it to China.
I heard it do have some Transformer merchandise in China. I'm not.
Yes, that is definitely true.
What else?
Times have definitely changed because I watched the new Stoker pointed me to like a video of the new Harley Quinn show, and it's the vibe is definitely different. Like they're just cussing, like saying fuck and stuff like that.
The cartoon one where like she's flat out in love with Ivy, and they're like have kissing scenes on screen like every other episode and stuff.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I haven't seen many of the episodes, but I'm assuming yeah. Yeah, I know it's different times.
And what was... Didn't they do the joke? I feel like they pulled up the joke about the like DC being like Batman doesn't go down on Catwoman. That's not what heroes do.
Right.
There was just like, what the fuck are you talking about, DC? What has got your
I
knickers
think
in a
somebody
twist?
in their social media thing misunderstood what was being asked, and then they didn't want to post a correction because that'd be even more embarrassing.
Oh wow! I just looked this up right now. But one of the things I didn't know that Blizzard did in China with World of Warcraft is if you die, you don't leave a skeleton behind. You leave a grave behind. And if you have like 100 people dead on screen, there's like 100 graves on screen.
This is like that. Like there's something on Tombstone there.
Yeah, and people are saying they gotta pay that Undertaker.
Congratulations, you just entered our top 500 compliant agent list. Keep up the good work.
Guests now want more.
That's a weird thing to post as a sign. Guess now
Big
want
pair
more.
of pants. Yeah, but I won't wear the pants.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I take the job but get literally anything else?
Cal says leaving Gray behind is like a Looney Tunes gag. It really is. Or like having like, ascending to heaven with the halo.
Like 39 food. Way more. But even the...
That makes me think of that. That makes me think of the gag that they did that in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Oh god, with the weasels.
Yeah, one of them's like tugging. It's like his spirit is ascending out of his body, and then he's like trying to like grab it and tug it and pull it back in. He's like, no, I don't want to die.
God. Now I gotta. Did the Judge Doom reveal with the eyes freak you out as a kid, or was it just like, oh okay? Because that scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, definitely scared me a bit. Because I definitely saw Roger Rabbit, I think, when I was too young.
I would have been 11.
Oh, see, I saw it when I was like 5, 6.
Oh no. All right.
I think it was one of those things where my parents didn't know what it was, and they're like, "Oh, it's cartoon characters. You can watch it."
It seems like a kid's film, but it's really not.
Yes, I'm not Francois. Chindi is a Typhlosion.
Does this say no to pants or pull down your pants? This is say no to your pants. Say no to pants. Rick will stampede around a Coles all day long with his sign held up saying "Say no to pants."
Old distillery stuff.
There's a Typhlosion variant that's ghost, like fire ghost type. I didn't know
Yep.
that.
That's a new one from whatever that one was.
Huh.
I have not played a lot of Pokemon. Secondhand.
Oh right, yes, the Hisuian Typhlosion that everyone calls Stoner Typhlosion.
What gen is that? Like Gen 9 now? Where are we at?
Yeah, I think 9 is a Sword and Shield, and the one that's coming out is 10. Wait, no, because wasn't Diamond Pearl? No, Diamond and Pearl was 4. I don't remember. I played Platinum I played Fire Red and Platinum, and those are the only Pokemon games I've ever played.
I played Sun, Moon, and Go.
Well, yeah, I played Go.
Yeah.
You can argue about Go being a Pokemon game in quotations.
I know. I mean, it's a game in the Pokemon
Anthology.
anthology. I don't know. I thought about getting like X and Y just because I saw it for cheap on eBay, but if I had a Switch, I might be more interested in getting back to some of the games.
Actually says if I ever got a Pokemon, see it would be Hisuian Typhlosion. Always tired, low-key goth. I feel like if I had a Pokemon OC, it might be like Corviknight.
What is that?
It's like a big. It's like take a crow and take the Blackenite and put them together.
Is this like a Final Evolve? It is. Okay, yeah. Nice. I'm unfamiliar with this one. I can tell it was a Final Evolve though, because it's sort of menacing and large.
Yeah. I just like how they're depicted in some of the cutscenes and lore shots where what they do is they have Corviknights that are basically beasts of burden, where they have these like tuk-tuk carts that have a rod across the top of them that the Corviknights grab with their talons and then fly them along while somebody's sitting inside.
Mm.
And I'm just like, yeah, more Pokemon doing mundane things. I don't know why I like that, but I like that. I want to see Pokemon doing like everyday stuff and like
I want to see
work
Pokemon doing
and...
taxes.
Well, that's why I was one of the reasons I like Digimon.
I want to see Mr. Mime sweeping the floors.
I want to see Grape become a doctor.
I want to see who became a doctor?
Grape sandwich.
Oh yeah.
She's so curious about toes and people, humans' feet and fingers. She's like, where do they come from?
What?
Oh, you remember that episode, or in the comic where Grape is like, she walks in the shower. She's like, how many toes does he have?
Don't actually
I mean,
that, but I believe you.
Really? I don't think that was a character trait. It might have been a one-off thing.
No, it's me. Let me see.
Oh.
But yeah, I like what is it? What's the garbage Pokemon? And you see
Garbodor?
people like actually Garbodor.
Garbodor,
And you
yeah.
see people actually throwing their trash into it, and then it's like digesting it and burning it away and stuff. And you're just like, yes, show me how they function in this environment, this urban environment.
The first time I saw a picture of that, I thought it was a joke. I also thought, Nose Guy.
Nose Pass?
Yeah, Nose Pass. Because there were a lot where, like, I watched the very first season, 93. Kind of gave up on it at that point, because I just wasn't. It wasn't hooking me at that age. Missed about 5 generations, and then came back into it, and like there was somewhere I only saw them in print. You know what I mean, or like online.
Mm-hmm.
I have kind of a sideways Pokemon experience.
Hold on a sec.
Yeah, sure. All right,
Oh,
so talks back about Rick.
Oh, sorry, that's what it was. Yeah, Grape was like thinking that humans had thumbs on their feet. That was right.
Nice.
First of all, I was like saying the Gigantamax form of Garbodor is great, and now I'm just remembering the terminal montage video about the Gigantamax version, and then I'm remembering that Gigantamax Lapras was the one that won that, and I'm just like, oh yeah, Lapras is a really cool Pokemon too.
Wait, is Gigantamax different from Dynamax?
Yes.
Okay.
Dynamax, I think they just get more powerful. Gigantamax is the one where they get different forms.
Okay, so they're just trying to cash in on the kaiju stuff.
Yeah, as I'm not Francois says, Lapras, when they get Gigantamax, they're like turtle shell that's on their back just becomes a cruise ship.
Nice.
Where is the dumpster?
It should be near the bench.
I'm looking at the newer games. This almost makes me want to get a Switch.
God damn it. Kyle says there's Dynamax, Gigantamax, Salmon Max, Max and Ruby. Oh, you! I'm waggling my finger at you. Oh yeah, there it is. It's just north of the car. You see where the blueprint car is? It's just north of that.
Oh.
I thought Tyranitar was supposed to be the Godzilla pastiche.
I mean, yes. It doesn't mean there's just a Godzilla pastiche.
That's fair.
I mean, you are talking about Japan after all.
Yeah. I love Tyranitar. That's one of my mains.
Oh yeah, I had to read about that. And in Digimon Season 2, by the year 2028, Agumon becomes United Nations diplomat for the digital world. There you have it.
Is that canon?
Yes.
Oh my god.
He even has a suit on and everything.
I sort of want to watch Try, but I sort of don't.
Time to start finishing these rooms all exactly the same.
I haven't watched Try yet, but I want to watch Ghost. I heard Ghost was good. After playing Digimon Survive, I said, I probably want to see Ghost now, because I heard that's sad too. But that's the thing, like, Digimon is so sad. Oh.
The only Digimon series I watched was... What's the one where the kids turned into the Digimon?
Oh,
like they had their device or whatever, and they ran it across like a barcode that was around their fingers.
Frontier.
And then they hadn't
was it Frontier? Okay.
Yeah.
Frontier? Okay, yeah. I remember that one because I remember the episode where the guy was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to go back to the human world. And he traveled back to the human world and became like a lesser evolved form of himself. And I had nightmares about that episode. Because I didn't realize that he was a lesser evolved Digimon of the thing he turns into. I thought he was a weird half human, half Digimon monster. And I was goddamn terrified.
Nice.
Like I say, Digimon goes places.
I loved 01. I liked 02. Tamers was weird, but maybe the sub is better than the dub. I don't know. I know that back then they changed a bunch of dialogue and shit. Yeah, I didn't really like Tamers. I know that's the one that everyone loves because Renamon, but.
To be fair, Tamers was like they were trying to make it realistic. And it got a little too real, some people said. And yeah, the whole thing at the end, yeah, that was weird. But Tamers at the start was amazing, though.
I didn't find the kids as likable, but whatever. I mean, shrug. I'm not gonna be like, I don't like it, so no one's allowed to like it.
Steve Blum was Gilman was something. Ah, my baby.
I didn't like Gilmon's voice in the dub.
Oh no. Okay, I can accept criticism though.
It was like rip off Stitch. You know. Sorry. Anyway,
Actually, I forget who came first, Gilmon or Stitch. I forget.
Digimon was. That would have been 96, 98.
That's a good question, actually. Now I'm curious. Who came first, Gilmon or Stitch?
There were a bunch of like Lilo and Stitch animes that I knew nothing about back in the day. Like there were several anime series.
I just looked up something funny. I said who came first, but apparently there's a parody of Gilmon Stitch the movie, basically Lilo and Stitch.
Nice.
Oh my god, funny. Wow. Okay. Anywho, let's see.
Let's see.
They're up in the ones where they cost 20 or 25. There's a desk that gives you like 4, or not a desk. It's like a cupboard that gives you 4 decoration for pretty cheap. It's like a dark wood, tall dresser.
A cupboard.
Maybe. It has a lot of decoration for having a very small footprint in like how many tiles it takes.
Well, this one's very cheap for having a very high decoration rating.
That might be the
We
one
gotta
then.
get
I think I literally made every bedroom across all my properties have one of those. I figured out what my like standardized room was, and I just went through everything.
When have you beaten the game, Miller?
Yes, I've 100%ed it.
After you're done with the story, are you allowed to just like continue operating the place for people?
Yes.
That's awesome.
I mean,
I don't know. I think it'd be fun. Can you continue like expanding and decorating it, or do you reach a limit at some point?
I mean, you only have the 5 properties and however much area you have on them.
Oh, okay.
You could certainly sit there after the game is done and just be like, all right, I'm going to min-max and try to find the absolutely most optimum layout, you know.
Yeah. A kid trip asthma.
There's Adirondack end shelves.
Pokemon in
That has 2 faces.
was weird. I didn't understand at the end.
Was the Pokemon the 01 villain, or
Yes.
Okay.
Long story short, I'm pretty sure they tried everything to dub this guy, because literally he was basically the combination of all of the Digimon that died and were depressed. So yeah, he was going to say some depressing stuff. But in the dub, they made him say all sorts of weird stuff, like why don't they put toppings on pizza anymore? Oh, I can't think about it. It's so horrible.
You know.
So, yeah, it got weird. But yeah, they booked it out at that point. I'm pretty sure they didn't know how to really get this on a children's show at that point.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was a thing with a lot of 90s dubbing and 80s dubbing, where they just like, oh, we're gonna rewrite the whole story and make it funny or some shit. Just change entire plot elements whole cloth. You know.
Oh, but that something I want to do actually someday. I really want to watch Samurai Pizza Cats again, because I want to see about how many jokes I actually understand now.
Now that one, I'll give it a pass because Samurai Pizza Cats was actually really funny. Like I really enjoyed the dub for that one.
I didn't even know it was a dub back then.
Yeah, me neither.
Back then, I was like, hey, wait a minute, they can make shows like this? This is American television?
Yeah,
And
when
I'm
I
like-
watched when I watched like Voltan and Rotech, I had no idea there was a Japanese version at all.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah, there he goes, Ronnie. That's one of his lines right there. Why do you get the pizza while I get the crust? That's one of his Apocalypse lines.
Professor, we're just babbling about like old anime.
Yeah. That's GC for you. GC likes to go off on his own thing.
Well, I mean,
Nostalgic guy, but to be honest with you,
yeah.
I'm sort of like the nostalgic critic in a way.
Okay. Question for all of you, including Rick. How old were you when you first watched Akira?
I have not watched Akira.
I know. Really?
I need to watch Akira. The problem is I can't find any place to watch Akira.
I got that.
Find you
Is that
a
Crunchyroll?
perfectly legitimate legal copy.
I think it's on Crunchyroll. Is it? No. Okay, it's.
I got
no, it's
bad
not.
news for you. I didn't watch Akira either.
Could you?
We barely had.
You're not allowed to watch anime unless you've watched Akira. Them's the rules.
If that were true, I would say Inuyasha in Canada. Come on.
One thing you have to know is that Akira is atypical in some ways. I mean, it's. Yeah.
Only some.
Well, I mean, compared to like a lot of other anime, it's atypical. But I would let's see. I would have been.
Ray says I've seen enough analysis of Akira that I've seen about half the movie. Okay, we're doing a Discord movie night one of these days, and everyone in Roo Croo, we're gonna be watching Akira.
I'm good with
Lord. Oh my God.
I really wanted to see Akira for a while. Just can't find a venue to watch it.
Well, it's on Hulu, but
Don't have Hulu.
right. I was gonna say it's. I don't know if it's worth the subscription just for that. I would have been. Let's see. We'd already moved to LA when I saw it. So it would have been about 93-ish. So I would have been about 16. I'm old.
Nice. And versus Mahogany
definitely.
Nightstand costs 100. Why would I get that? That's even only worth less. Elegant Nightstand is 4 decoration. Mahogany side table is 3 decoration, but it costs a lot more.
Evangelion's overrated. I mean, yeah, kind of, but
I mean,
still
kinda.
good.
It's interesting, but yeah, I don't know if it's like everything people say it is.
Personally, I don't get why people think about Evangelion the way they do, because it seems like the original fans for Evangelion were just basically expecting it to be like a weirder version of Gundam. But I already went into it knowing that it's weird. So I'm not expecting Gundam, I'm expecting weird.
I've only ever watched a few episodes of the old Gundam. I've never seen like anything since. I had a friend who liked Gundam.
I didn't get to watch many Gundam series, but Gundam Seed is, I think, the first one that I was introduced to, and it was basically, to me back then, it was just basically, Gundams were hired mercenaries. That's what I thought it was at first. And I read the whole series. I was like, okay, this is completely.
Oh no, Gundam is a series about extreme jingoism on all sides.
Yeah, that's what I was laughing at when I first saw Gundam Seed.
Yeah.
It is about extreme nationalism to the worst outcome.
Nice.
And I was like, Gundams? Are you sure it's not Metal Gear? Metal Gear.
I mean, Metal Gear is about the real sort of jingoism we had.
Yeah. Escaflowne. That was something.
Yeah, I had a friend who was into that one too. Go on.
There was I was really surprised at the ending of that show, but basically there was not just about giant robots, but it was a lot of fantasy for a robot series. I said when I started learning about robot series back then. But Escaflowne took the cake on that one, and it had a really kick-ass theme too.
All right, I have
The
to
only
ask.
thing I know about Escaflowne, gas theme.
Escaflowne. Okay.
All right, I have to ask, GC. Have you seen Gurren Lagann, and what do you think of it, and why is it awesome?
What's it called?
Gurren Lagann.
Style above substance.
Shush.
I haven't heard of it.
Shush.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
I'm in trouble.
Oh. Hmm. All right. Well, I'll get you caught up, GC. I promise.
Oh.
Gurren Lagann was very good.
Damn right.
Tekken Topa Gurren Lagann, it started out really slow,
Yeah.
but it got better.
Well, I mean, it defied all expectations. I feel like it was kind of like peak Gynax. Like that was the point where Gynax just like crested and hit their maximum. And after that, it kind of got.
You're not down with like Kill la Kill and Little Witch Academia and that kind of stuff.
Well, okay. Wow, I'm deep nerding now. Little Witch Academia was Trigger. Kill la Kill was okay, but I think it was actually no. I think it was also Trigger. Right after Gurren Lagann, they did like Gynax did like Penny and Stocking, and I never felt like they quite got back to that high again. Right, first Guy TG. Guy's okay. Ghost in the Shell. You know, I love the Ghost in the Shell manga. I didn't like the first movie. I have not seen this. Well, I've seen the second movie. I have not seen any of the subsequent series. It's on my list to check out. But
I've seen the Ghost in the Shell movie.
This is the one with Mamoru Oshii, right? Yeah, is the director.
Yes.
And the style's very different. Go on.
Or no, did I see the first one? What? Okay, what's the one where she tries to lift the tank's lid off and she rips her own arms off?
I think that's the first one.
Yeah, that's the one I saw, and I didn't get it. I don't know why people thought that was so amazing. I'm just like, really? Is this like baby's first philosophy lesson or something?
Wow. You're just going with the throat.
You know me, I have no chill.
Like, I didn't dislike it, but it didn't get me the way the manga did. Yeah, Miller's just taking no prisoners tonight. Those rooms are looking good.
I think that's enough. I
wish I could get a job dubbing anime.
We'll need to actual.
There's something about the way people talk in anime dubs because they're following a different pattern of you know, like it's a different pattern of speech, and so it sounds a little strange in English.
They're trying at least a little bit to match Japanese mouth sounds while still keeping on the like story beats.
Yeah. So you get people who are talking like this.
And they have very interesting interjections of where they need to take breaths.
I love stuff like that.
Get. That's good. Yeah. I have stuff. I have the money now. One.
So the right thing is coins. What's the other stat? Like the one that looks like a little apple core.
That's the valuable.
That's trash.
That's trash.
Oh, okay, okay.
That's
got
what
it.
you pay to Tuck in order to buy the decoration stuff.
Because of
Right.
course, what do you think the raccoon wants you to pay him with? Money? No.
What good's money? Can't eat money.
This is true.
That 3-day-old peanut butter and jelly sandwich that has a bunch of bites taken out of it? You can eat that. That moldy apple skin? That's got its own flavorings.
One man.
Yeah, you see this discarded cup. You can use this cup to hold other to hold other food in. That's useful.
It's free cycling.
I almost heard that as Hank say, "You want to discard a cop? I'll discard a cop for you."
Special rooms. Distillery. Not. Two. Needs feet. Feet. Build that. 2 silk sheets. I can afford them. I need to go somewhere else. Almost. I need to get more though. Need to build the level 2 launch in Winterberry, which needs to get at least 4 sheets. Find them, but there was something else I wanted to add. Dark Grove. There's a cave over here.
Oof, I met whose voice is anime. I met Dino Andrade. He's awesome.
Rusty.
Quick, let's play Risk of Rain.
Who's playing Risk of Rain?
We got to get some rusty keys for Hank.
Oh, nice. Francois, I've met Dino Andrade. He's done a bunch of stuff like Warcraft.
Does he charm me?
Like a whole bunch of stuff that I can't remember. Can't remember who's in Wolf's Rain.
Repair this bridge. Blackberries. It's new.
Mm.
Red feather, quest item, coveted by a strange cult. We don't know what cult that is yet. The,
Not quite.
Last rubber logger's tool. Go into this cave because, you know, I think maybe Oh, there might be spiders in here. You can just get silk directly. Spiders.
They won't mind. Just ask nicely.
They're in house.
See you there, Fran.
Goes in a circle. And wood. Only sleep at night. Clearly not night yet. Only dark.
Can only go to sleep after 9 p.m.
As you, just watch me.
Watch me put my head on this pillow and fall asleep so fast you won't even know what happened.
You won't even.
When you say a guy that voice kicking, you mean Funimation or Ocean? I'm curious.
If he did an MLP voice, it was probably Ocean, because I think that's where they got like the pool of their talent.
Mm. I was still weirded out back then when I noticed that everybody's voice changed in Dragon Ball. That was the first time I'd seen studio change differences in a cartoon. I was like, what's going on here? Why does Vegeta sound older?
The Ian James Corletta's Goku was the one I first heard. That's the one I associate mentally with Goku. I know that like that was not the first one, but yeah.
I still can't unhear Brian Dubunda's Vegeta, but at the same time, Chris is not bad. Brian could just bring out... Well, at the time, I'm pretty sure Ocean at the time thought Vegeta was going to be like a mainstream villain. So they had to bring up someone that really knew how to play a villain voice back then. And I was like, yeah, I see why they went for Brian.
Mm.
And then Vegeta became good, and it was like, oh great, Brian now has to play good Vegeta.
Yeah, he grew the mustache.
Mm.
The mustache drained away all his power.
The mustache and the bad boy shirt.
And Boma.
What's the VA for you? Yeah, I forget.
Also
Oh,
sells
wow.
steel screws here, but I have a zillion of those. That's
I used to
iron
remember
nail.
that for her.
Iron nail. What? Screws come.
Richard Ian Cox, that's right.
Oh, right, he was Ranma also.
Yeah.
I remember an anime, my first anime con, '93. Megumi Hayashibara had a concert, and she in the start of the concert she asked the fans a bunch of trivia questions. It was hilarious.
What, just to figure out how much of... Why am I being so mean tonight?
Yeah, Miller. God, you made me cry. I've got
I'm sorry.
feelings.
I'm sorry, did I miss Miller's rudeness again? Jeez.
No, I stopped myself before I came out as completely rude, because I was just like, man, that's mean.
I gotta go purchase myself a Canadian Happy Bat now. Here we go.
Do what?
Because
Canadian
Miller
Happy
can't...
Bat.
Yeah. No more Miller rudeness.
See, you say Canadian Happy Bat, and I'm not sure whether you mean like like a baseball bat.
A red
Or-
baseball bat with a Canadian flag on it. That's all it is.
Or like
So
you know,
it's your up to your imagination if it's gonna be wood or metal though.
well, you got lots of trees up there, so you know.
Yeah,
probably would.
I think you're right. All right, I'm gonna get the wooden bat then. I'll call it the wooden Canadian Happy Bat.
I'm gonna draw that. I'm gonna draw GC just like with the bat, just like now. Don't you say no mean things, pat, pat, pat.
Yeah. I just lay it on your head.
Different onomatopoeia.
I won't bark you with it. I'll just lay it on your head, just so you let your imagination do the work. That's the power of friendship, guys. I like to see somebody go say, GC, don't say these weird Canadian things on fact. I says, I'm Canadian, I can say whatever I want.
It's true.
His right as a natural born Canadian is that he has complete immunity to whatever your opinions are.
Warm new hat. 25.
It's like-
5-star.
It's like Scar when he was king. I can do whatever I want if you're half the Canadian. I'm twice the Canadian that everybody else was. Wow, that's a
Scar was Canadian.
facts.
Yeah, the recent review. So that's not need to upgrade stuff I have. Lounge, distillery, campfire. We need arcade. Cave cap.
Thank you, DJ Nightfire, for the 3-month subscription.
Thank you.
By that. Find it. Something. Where I get.
Boxer, why? Why deep fry the bird? ¿Por qué?
Great stuff.
Watch where you're shooting, Einstein.
All right, here you go, GC.
What the? Wow. Thanks, Jonas.
No problem.
Uh-oh.
I just felt like it needed to be commemorated.
Are you happy yet, guys?
Also,
Wait,
I realized-
what is GC's color? It's got like the Triforce and then the tag says 21?
It's actually supposed to be 25.
25. It's a like a loony.
It's a quarter.
Or a quarter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I presume that's for arcades.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's an arcade quarter, yeah. I said it has to be part of my personality.
Okay, finally booking it.
I had a heck of a time coming up with the idea for the collar, though. I was like, there's too many genres or too many franchises out there I like. But if I had to be classic, it'd be Zelda.
Yeah, yeah.
Quite honestly, I'm a big fan of the old Sword and Board Link. Even before Final Fantasy came out, even though Final Fantasy was like where I really got into Sword and Board, RPGs and stuff like that. And I thought, well, wait a minute, didn't Link do that? But I realized, no, it's not an RPG.
Did you say sword and board?
Basically, yeah, sword and shield, I should say. Yeah,
oh, so,
sword,
okay.
yeah, sword and
Yeah.
board is. Sorry, I realize that's a modern day MMO term these days. But yeah, sword shield.
No, it's funny. I've never actually heard it before. I mean,
Yeah.
I've heard sword and shield, but I've never heard sword and board before.
Yeah.
Yep. I refer. Yeah, it's a like an RPG game thing because usually you can either have a sword in each hand, a two-handed sword, a sword and a shield.
And just basically a
And it's
sword.
like,
whatever.
Sword and board usually means you have like a lighter shield, like a wooden shield and sword, instead of like having a big metal shield like a paladin would have.
Yeah, it's like in the early ones in Breath of the Wild. I get it.
Not only that though, but a lot of games these days pretty much don't even give you a shield. They just scrap whatever you find as a shield, so they call it sword and board.
Actually says that's a very old RPG term. I'm pretty sure I've seen it used in Dungeons and Dragons. But
Yeah? Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Huh.
I didn't know that.
Well, it's definitely not a like classical fencing or sword play term.
no, it's not. It's not a real term. Just an RPG for a
Mm.
style of fighting.
Well, for example, like some, I'm trying to think of some weird shields I've seen on recent RPGs, like skulls, just literally just a giant skull, a raft. See,
Yeah. I see barrel lids a lot.
steering wheels.
Steering wheel. That doesn't
Yeah.
sound very effective.
I mean, it can be as like a parrying shield, right? Because you can get your opponent stuck in all the little holes,
That's true.
and then like twist the shield and rip the sword out of their hands.
No doors. Doors in general.
You could do the whole Casey Jones thing and use like a manhole cover.
Oh, you know what? I don't know if I've seen that in RPGs lately. That's actually a good one. That's a funny one. But then again, do you ever see manholes in fantasy RPGs these days? I don't think so.
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't think you see manholes in most fantasy things.
Yeah.
I thought it was so weird when they had in the '91 Robin Hood movie, when Robin and Azim were escaping Jerusalem, they went through the sewers, and they escaped with like a manhole cover. And I thought to myself, they didn't have sewers in the 13th century, but I mean, you know, that is actually kind of accurate.
They definitely had sewers. I don't know if they had manhole covers.
I mean, well, no, I think they did because didn't they find those in Rome? Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. I assume most sewers, like Renaissance and earlier, are going to be ones that you have to walk through, and you literally just have a door somewhere that leads to the sewers.
Huh.
I know. Let me see. Ship steering wheels. Yeah, that's another one.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that makes sense.
Let's see here.
If you're giant size, maybe a windmill.
No, but if you're a windmill, then you are a giant.
Yeah.
Oh, breaking out the okay. I wish Max was here.
They give you all this camping info, and you only have one campsite.
Geez, you had a shield to be a giant quarter. There you
I
go.
assume just to make it look nice.
The bat and the quarters with shield. There you go.
Of course I do. Always running out of iron plate.
To be real though, I actually grew up trying to practice using staffs because I was really into let me see, what show was I watching? But Donatello, the Turtles, of course. But I actually practiced at a staff when I was or balls and sticks when I was a kid. And I was actually pretty good at that.
Nice. I took a little karate, but for various reasons I couldn't. I couldn't do it.
I had 3 months of free karate from some like school auction or something, And I did that, and it was pretty okay, but I didn't continue it afterwards.
Yeah.
We didn't have anything like that while growing up. The club we had, I didn't know it.
I wanted to
back
take
then.
karate, but the only place that we were in, when my older brother took karate for a bit, I was too young at the time. And there was
Or no.
literally no follow-up later. So I couldn't take karate.
I didn't do karate, I did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
There was a Taekwondo teacher that came out, that came around the area 20 years ago. But we mainly had boxing and, well, boxing around here.
I had this problem with my knees when I was like a teenager. It went away eventually, and I don't know why. And I really hope it never comes back because it hurt like hell. But sometimes my knees would sort of not fall out of joint, but sort of like displace and grind a little bit. I don't know what to call it. And it happened especially during like PE and physical stress and stuff like that. And it kind of like.
You had weak cartilage, it was pre-osteoporosis.
Oh, that's great.
I don't know. I mean, it probably was weak cartilage, but the sounds of it.
Well, it's weird. Like, it went away. Like, I don't have that problem anymore. I mean, I think once in a while my knees lacked up, but like, that's just normal.
Did you hydrate enough when you were that age?
Oh, probably not. Probably not at all.
Yeah, that might have been literally as your joints are just drying out.
Put Wade's dump cart out here on the unused campsite. Anything else that I can use this area for? Selection outside buildings. I've selected the campsite. Oh, okay. Long line of people just walking directly, cutting through the grass.
So rude. So impolite.
Need to build the kitchen. Microwave. Griddle. Station.
I saw on Twitch just now. Q won't grant Ensign Harry camera promotion. It's beyond his power.
Oh, no, I remember that, like, they had a reason for not wanting to shuffle the ranks too much in Voyager. Although I completely understand why it must have been really annoying to have Harry be an ensign forever. I think it was because of the fact that we're stranded. There weren't like what happens, there are no advancement opportunities. Like, there's just, there's no other ships to transfer to. Nobody can be an admiral. It's just like, yep, that's it. So they wanted to keep things kind of the way they were. I used to have.
I mean, the cynical answer is TV serialization.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure.
You can't let things change, or else people might not understand what they are if they're just watching an arbitrary episode.
Yeah. They broke out of that eventually, like with like Battlestar Galactica and Lost and stuff. But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Serialized TV, where it's like, no, these episodes are in a specific order and they tell a full story beginning to end, wasn't really a thing until like the last decade.
Yeah.
Or two.
Garrett Kim and Robert Duncan McNeil have a podcast where they go through every Voyager episode and like talk about it and reminisce and stuff, and it's pretty funny. Motel called the A24.
The what?
Yeah. The motel's called the A24.
That's just the highway. That's the location. It's
Oh, okay. Okay.
hotel at the A24.
Right.
Shed at Timber.
It's just funny because A24 is like a film studio too.
Mm-hmm. And they've been churning out some bangers. I believe A24 was Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Did they do that? Nice. I know
Yep,
they
distributed by A24, produced by the
shit.
Russo brothers.
I know they did The Witch.
The Vivitch.
The Witch, yes.
Building in more rooms. All of them at 5 or have that. Some iron plates again.
Luxurious throne recipe.
If the place you poo is not called a throne, you don't deserve to poo there. Every man should have his castle.
Exactly.
Hasn't regenerated here yet.
Every man should have a castle, and every castle should have a moat. Oh, I wanted to share one bit of news I'm excited about. You already know about this, but Coffee Stain released a video with Schnut saying that Satisfactory Update 6 is going to be pushed to the main the main branch by the end of this month. So they've within at least at most 3 more weeks it's going to happen. It's happening. I've been waiting for that for so long.
Happening is happening.
It's happening.
Oh my fuck, it's happening.
Yeah. I'll be waiting. I'll be excited for it too.
Yeah. Probably we're gonna have to start over because of the map changes. But I mean, we'll see.
We're definitely starting.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I would like to
even if
introduce
only
everybody
a couple things are out of place, it would take just so long and be so annoying to get them back into place.
I definitely want to introduce everybody to the magic that is the bus style.
The bus style. Oh, you mentioned this, didn't you?
Yeah. Where you have a main artery that all of your resources flow through, and then all of your machines branch off of that.
You know, if we plan it, I mean, it's gonna go planning, but I mean, we could basically using like the stacking pylons, for the conveyor belts.
Exactly.
And shit. Yeah, we could absolutely do that. It just we need to
It's
like
just figuring out how to take something that's on like the 4th floor and then branch it off while it's threading through like 6 other rows of things.
Yeah.
That each have like 5 columns.
And we need to prioritize the fabricating the initial materials for just like conveyor belts and stacking dealies and the tubes and the.
I mean, but it's the thing of like once you have one machine that can automate a thing, right? Once you have conveyor belts automated, you literally just need to build another manufacturer right next to the first, and then you already have the belts lined up for all the resources that come to that.
Nice.
So that's the main advantage of the belt is just like to get a new thing is kind of finicky, but then once you have that, you can scale as much as you want.
One thing I'm definitely gonna want to do, and I'm probably gonna need to get like JC to come with me and protect me, is explore the North Coast because there may still be a ton of oil up there. I don't know. It's gonna.
I also suspect we might want to try starting in a different location, like the desert.
Yeah. I had pretty good luck in the desert on my solo game. So yeah, that might be a good place to start. So what you got to do is like raid all of the biomass near the like the river and the waterfall, because there's not a whole lot else around that area. Not close by anyway.
I also gotta start re-equipping my gear again when we start playing again too. Ooh, that reminds me. Getting weapons again. Yeah, that's gonna be tough.
This costs a lot, but it is so indicative of people's card display.
Critical to every lodge.
Start putting together a gift shop in this case over here. Gene?
Oh, so you developing psychic powers?
Has Jonas developed psychic powers?
I'm in chat. His head is.
No, it's
Jonas is
vibrating.
not psychic powers.
I know. I was just
Also,
messing around.
That's right. I'm doing that Professor X shit. Be nice, or I'll fill your head with gibberish. Oscar asked, do you think that jumping the gorge will be possible? I doubt it. I don't think they're going to make any substantial physics changes. Fed wants to jump the gorge. Okay.
Wait, which gorge?
Remember we did the big jump off, and we tried to like get the all range rover thing to jump across the gorge near the waterfall.
Oh, I remember. Yes, the big pits.
But it kept falling short. I mean, there's probably a way.
Maybe.
But it's. I mean.
I don't know. The vehicles just don't have a really high top speed. Almost all of that like funky stuff is going to be done with the hyper tubes.
Right.
I still love the physics of those little cars that we were driving around in. The little sirens.
I figured out like a method. If we have like a lot of long distance stuff, then I could try and build some rapid hyper tubes, like combining the cannon dynamic with the regular tubes, so we can just zip if you want. But those eat up a lot of power. I've been really like quietly pumped about Satisfactory for a while now. Can you tell?
Yeah.
Only a bit. Only a bit.
What about those dragons, though?
enjoy decorating a place like this if I had the budget.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it'll be fun. I guess a place like this probably be like millions of dollars, but what else?
Very expensive.
Yeah.
I couldn't really give you the structures. I'm too simple-minded when it comes to stuff. Just a roof, walls. There you go.
Yeah.
It's shelter. Deal with it.
I don't have enough iron plates. I barely got any from the thing.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
That's fine. I have other things to do.
Uh-oh. Cat's trying to change you.
What do you mean trying to?
There you go. You're a cougar. And you know what that means.
That I'm a cougar.
It means you're gonna boop her?
Yeah, I'm a booper.
Boxer turned you into a cougar. Imagine that.
Jeez, it only took us 2 hours to do that. The revolt has begun.
Already a prestige level.
Nice. Alright, I gotta do it too. Where's the... There it is. The boop.
Shoot with that boop.
But don't shoot the whoop. Or you're gonna fire your laser.
Yeah, that reminds me. I gotta go see that new Dragon Ball movie. I heard it was pretty awesome.
The what now? There's a new Dragon Ball?
The movie, Superheroes. Dragon Ball Superheroes.
Oh, nice.
Dorsey asked, does Rick have no control over what his avatar is during the streams? No, Rick can pick whatever he wants at any time.
I can technically do that, but I'm letting you have the fun.
I'm actually very happy they're going
Yeah,
back.
he always has executive control if he needs to for some reason.
I'm not sure what that reason would be, but
If I don't know, if a mouse appears on screen and you start talking to a mouse, then you're just like, I want to be a mouse.
Yeah. God, what if we all had avatars and they were all like boopable? It was just this flurry of cartoon hands.
That'd be too much. Too much.
It would be too much, but it's amusing to imagine.
Too much visual information.
I'm curious.
Too much visual information, says the guy who loves to play Risk of Rain.
Look, I can appreciate high visual information, but I know that it's not for everybody, okay?
Oh, my God.
Boxers, a serious question. Is redeeming somewhere around 100 consecutive boops considered spamming?
Probably, yeah.
100 maybe. But I mean, you should be able to get a bunch of them in a row. It's a queue system, so it will not. It would. If you get 100 of them all at once, it will boop 100 times in a row.
Oh man, don't burn through your channel points. Savor the flavor.
There's somebody that on Twitch once that got booped so much the whole screen was like it was just a boop fest.
I remember seeing one of my friends. She got raided, and the raiders did like 50 emotes each, and her screen started, her whole connection started to chunk as her graphics card freaked out, and like
because they had a emotes connected to doing a little animation with their avatar.
Well, not with the avatar, but like the emotes like flew, like sprayed all over over the scene. And apparently it was a lot for her processor at once.
I don't know how the avatar thing work, but I figured the avatars are coming direct to the PC or they come to the website. I guess they're coming to PC. So wow, that processor would be great.
Yeah.
Get iron.
Yep. This is the same issue I had. I think it's just with how much iron plates they want you to use for these late game items versus how much they give you, you end up just having to keep going back to the dump every day for like 3 or 4 days in a row.
One of the reasons I heard that the new Dragon Ball was so good, it's not about Goku Vegeta for once. It's about Piccolo and Gohan, and I'm like, wow, really? That's actually pretty awesome.
Is Goku in it?
I don't know. I would have to say yes, he has to be in it. But
well, what's the canonicity of the movies now? Like, is it still considered?
They are pretty much canon now, unlike before. Huh. So ever since Battle of Gods, they've been canon.
Oh, okay.
Just Boxer does seem to be redeeming a lot of poop.
Okay, Boxer. Come on now.
Just Boxer's like Barry when he says, "It begins."
Don't go mad with power. Remember, she's got his happy bat.
A boop. A boop. A boop. And a boop.
Oh, okay.
I don't understand. That lion isn't boopable.
That lion is very boopable. How dare you, GC?
I was just basically referencing Simpson Joe, but where the space episode where Barney, they told him he can't be an astronaut without beer, and they give him non-alcoholic beverages, and suddenly he became magically drunk. And they even said it. I don't understand it. It was not alcoholic champagne.
Isn't non-alcoholic champagne just like sparkling grape juice?
I have no idea. I don't know. Lickety split about alcohol.
That's fair.
Non-alcoholic champagne is just a very bland soda.
You ever had your?
I like sparkling.
That's fair. Oh, Rick, it's after midnight.
Oh, it is. Waste hours on wandering around.
Okay. I mean, works for me.
Just doing chores and chores and more chores and a couple more errands and a little more.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
It's getting less chatty these days with the bear, sadly. But hey, we're probably getting. I'm not sure how close we are to the end, honestly.
We're very close to the end.
Are we? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Basically, Barbara's $50,000 she's asking for is like the last big thing. After this, there's just a bunch of talking to people.
Oh, yes. Indeedly do.
this game. It's good.
Lots of customizables in this. Resource management. Rick is pretty much. I just realized that Rick's pretty much putting like a giant television in front of 9 or 8 people. Yeah, 8. Yeah, that's a
You
camera.
don't even have to line it up. Is it? You make it look stupid. If everybody has to sit in the seats, they have to turn their heads if they sit in the seat. Give everybody a crick in the neck.
Every Christmas we have a Christmas tree on the left side of the television, and we have to sit on the right side of the couch. And it's like, ah. It has to be done, though.
Anyway.
We are done.
That was good fun. Rick, do you want to raid anybody? Radicoon streaming, and so is Slush Dog, if you want.
Hey, which one?
I don't know. Any
I do
Slush
not
is
have
fun.
a preference.
Let's raid Slush. Slush_dog with 2 G's. He'll get a kick out of it. He always goes. He's like.
All right,
nice.
everybody, make sure to join the raid. You'll get some extra channel points, which of course means you get more boops.
You get channel
That's
points for joining the raid.
Bribing your chat.
All
That's
right,
all.
everyone, thanks for coming out. Have a good night.
Have a
Night,
good night,
night.
everybody.
Good one, folks. Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, I didn't even see